Hello, and welcome to Mythical Stories. Tonight, we're going on a journey into the realm of dragons, but not the fierce, fire-breathing monsters of epic battles and knights' quests. Tonight, we're discovering the peaceful side of dragons, the gentle guardians who watch over treasure and wisdom, the ancient beings who understand patience and rest better than any other creature in mythology. Before we begin, let's take a moment to settle in. Find a comfortable position. Let your body sink into your bed, the way a dragon settles into its hoard of treasure, surrounded by comfort, protected by ancient magic. Now, take a deep breath in through your nose, drawing air deep into your lungs, the way a dragon draws breath before releasing it as gentle warmth. And let it out, slowly, through your mouth, releasing it like a dragon's contented sigh after a satisfying meal. Again, breathe in deeply, filling your chest completely. And release, feeling your shoulders drop, your jaw relax, your whole body softening, like a dragon folding its wings after a long flight. One more time, breathe in, and let everything go, sinking deeper into your nest, deeper into comfort, deeper into the ancient peace that dragons have known for millions of years. Perfect. You don't need to do anything but listen. You can close your eyes or keep them gently open, like a dragon watching over its domain with heavy-lidded contentment. There's nowhere you need to be, nothing you need to remember, nothing you need to guard or protect. Just rest, just be still. Let's begin our journey through the peaceful world of dragons. We'll start in ancient China, where dragons are revered as symbols of wisdom, prosperity, and good fortune. The Chinese dragon, or long, is fundamentally different from Western dragons. It doesn't hoard gold, or breathe fire, or terrorize villages. The Chinese dragon is a benevolent being, a bringer of rain, a guardian of rivers and seas, a symbol of imperial power and celestial blessing. Imagine a Chinese dragon, long and serpentine, its body covered in scales that shimmer like water, like jade, like the morning sky. It has no wings, but it flies effortlessly through the air, swimming through the sky as easily as fish swim through water. Its movement is graceful, fluid, unhurried. It doesn't need to rush because it has all the time in the world. The Chinese dragon lives for thousands of years. Some legends say they're immortal, that once a dragon reaches full maturity, it simply continues existing century after century, watching empires rise and fall, observing the patient turning of the ages. Imagine having that kind of perspective. Imagine knowing that whatever happens today is just one small moment in an endless stream of moments, that whatever worries you now will be forgotten in 100 years, irrelevant in 1,000. The dragon knows this, and in that knowledge there's profound peace. The Chinese dragon spends much of its time resting. In legends, dragons often sleep in deep pools at the bottom of rivers, or in caves behind waterfalls, or in palaces beneath the sea. They sleep for months or even years at a time, and when they wake, they're refreshed, renewed, ready for another long period of watchful guardianship. This is not laziness. This is wisdom. The dragon knows that rest is essential, that sleep restores not just the body but the spirit, that the most powerful beings are not those who are constantly active, but those who know when to act and when to rest, when to rise and when to sleep. Tonight, you're learning the dragon's wisdom. You're recognizing that rest is not weakness, but strength. That sleep is not wasted time, but essential restoration. that the most powerful thing you can do right now is nothing at all except surrender to the deep, restorative sleep your body is asking for. The Chinese dragon is associated with water, particularly with rain. In agricultural societies, rain meant life. Crops depended on it. People depended on it. And the dragon was believed to control it, bringing rain when it was needed, withholding it when floods would be dangerous. The dragon's relationship with rain is gentle. It doesn't unleash torrents or cause destruction. It brings gentle, steady rain that soaks into the soil, that nourishes without overwhelming, that gives life without taking it. You can imagine this gentle rain now, soft drops falling on leaves, the quiet patter on a roof, the fresh smell of rain on dry earth. This is the dragon's blessing, falling gently, soaking in slowly, nourishing deeply. Let this imagined rain soak into you. Let it wash away tension, stress, the accumulated dust of the day. Let it nourish the deep roots of your being, the parts of you that need care and attention and gentle watering. The dragon brings this rain, and it brings it freely, without asking anything in return, simply because that's what dragons do. They nurture, they care for, they maintain the balance that allows life to flourish. In Chinese culture, the dragon is often depicted playing with a pearl. This pearl represents wisdom, enlightenment, the treasure of understanding that comes from long life and patient observation. The dragon doesn't hoard this pearl selfishly. It plays with it, tosses it from claw to claw, sometimes drops it and catches it again, enjoying it without possessing it, knowing that wisdom is not something to grasp, but something to dance with. This is an important lesson. Don't try to grasp sleep. Don't try to possess it or control it. Just play with it. Let yourself drift toward it and away from it, closer and further, like the dragon playing with its pearl. Sometimes you'll feel sleep very close. Sometimes it will seem to move away. That's natural. That's part of the dance. Just keep playing, keep breathing, keep relaxing. And eventually, like the dragon catching its pearl, sleep will settle into your grasp, naturally, effortlessly, perfectly. The Chinese dragon is also a symbol of transformation. It begins life as a small snake-like creature, living in rivers and streams. Over hundreds of years, it grows and changes, developing legs, growing horns, its scales becoming more luminous. After 1,000 years, it may ascend to the heavens, becoming a celestial dragon, a being of pure spirit and wisdom. This transformation is not forced or rushed. It happens naturally, in its own time, according to the dragon's inner wisdom and the natural progression of its life. You're transforming too, right now, not as dramatically as a dragon, but transforming nonetheless, from waking to sleeping, from active to resting, from conscious to unconscious. This transformation can't be forced. It has to unfold naturally, in its own time, at its own pace. The dragon would tell you to be patient, to trust the process, to know that the transformation will complete itself if you simply allow it, if you don't interfere, if you surrender to the natural wisdom of your body and mind. The dragon's palace beneath the sea is described as peaceful beyond measure. The water filters out all harsh sounds. The light is dim and gentle, filtered through layers of water until it's soft and green and soothing. The temperature is constant, never too hot or too cold. Everything is slow. Fish drift by unhurriedly. Seaweed sways in gentle currents. Time itself seems to move differently here, slower, more peacefully, as if each moment lasts longer and contains more rest than moments in the world above. Your bedroom is like the dragon's palace tonight, a place apart from the busy world, a place where time moves differently, a place where you can rest as deeply as the dragon rests in its underwater home. You're safe here. You're protected here. You're in your own palace, your own sanctuary, your own sacred resting place. The dragon guards its palace, but not aggressively. It simply maintains the boundaries. It ensures that nothing intrusive enters. It keeps the space peaceful, quiet, safe. You can do this for your own rest. You can maintain your boundaries. You can keep this space peaceful. You can ensure that worries and thoughts and concerns don't intrude on your rest. The dragon is showing you how. Simply be present. Simply maintain your space. Simply rest in the certainty that this place is yours, this time is yours, this peace is yours. In many Chinese festivals, dragon dances are performed. Long dragons made of fabric and bamboo, carried by many dancers, weaving through streets, bringing blessings to the community. The dragon moves in flowing, sinuous patterns, never straight lines, always curves and waves and spirals. This is how the dragon moves through life, not in straight, rigid paths, but in flowing, adaptive patterns, going around obstacles, following the easiest route, never fighting against the current, but always working with it. Let your path into sleep be like this. Don't try to go straight there. Don't force a rigid, direct approach. Let yourself meander. Let yourself spiral. Let yourself follow the natural, flowing path that your body and mind want to take. Sometimes that path loops back. Sometimes it wanders. That's perfect. That's the dragon's way. Flowing, adapting, never fighting, always finding the easiest, most natural route. The Chinese dragon teaches about the balance of opposites. It's associated with yang energy, the active, bright, masculine principle. But even yang must balance with yin, the receptive, dark, feminine principle. The dragon understands this balance perfectly. It's powerful but gentle, active but resting, bright but comfortable with darkness. This is the balance you're achieving right now, balancing the yang of your waking day with the yin of your sleeping night, balancing activity with rest, balancing consciousness with unconsciousness. The dragon has mastered this balance over thousands of years and is teaching you right now how to find that same balance in your own life, in your own body, in this moment of transition from day to night. Let's journey now to Japan, where dragons are also revered but have a slightly different character. The Japanese dragon, or Ryū, is similar to the Chinese dragon, but is often depicted as even more benevolent, even more closely connected to water and weather. Japanese dragons are said to live in deep lakes and in the ocean, particularly in the palace of Ryūjin, the Dragon King, which exists in an underwater paradise called Ryūgujo. This palace is described as a place where time doesn't work the same way as on land. A visitor might spend what feels like 3 days in the dragon's palace, only to return to land and discover that 300 years have passed. This time distortion is not malicious. It's simply the nature of the place. Time in the dragon's realm is measured differently, not in hours or days or years, but in states of being, not in duration, but in depth. You're entering your own version of the dragon's palace now, your own timeless space. Here, clock time becomes irrelevant. It doesn't matter what time it is or how long you've been lying here or how long until you need to wake. There's only now, only this moment, only this breath. This is dragon time, deep time, time measured not by the clock, but by the depth of your rest, the quality of your peace, the completeness of your surrender. In Japanese folklore, there's a story about a fisherman named Urashima Taro who rescued a turtle from some children who were tormenting it. The turtle, grateful, revealed itself to be a dragon's servant and brought Urashima to the Dragon King's palace. There, Urashima was treated with incredible hospitality. He was given food and drink that never ran out, entertainment that never grew boring, comfort that never waned. He rested deeply. He forgot his worries. He existed in perfect peace. This is what the dragon offers to those it favors. Perfect rest, perfect peace, perfect comfort. Not earned through great deeds or special worthiness, but simply given generously, because that's what dragons do for those they welcome into their realm. You're welcomed in the dragon's realm tonight. You don't need to have rescued anyone or done anything special. You're welcome simply because you're here, simply because you're seeking rest, simply because the dragon recognizes a tired soul and offers its hospitality freely. Accept this hospitality. Accept this rest. Accept this peace that's being offered to you without condition or requirement. Japanese dragons are often depicted as wingless, yet they fly through the air as easily as through water. They don't need wings because they move through an element that's more subtle than air, an element of pure spirit, of intention made manifest. The dragon flies by will alone, by simply deciding to rise, by simply knowing it can fly. There's a lesson here about the nature of sleep. You don't need to work to achieve sleep. You don't need techniques or strategies or effort. You simply need to decide, to set the intention, to know with the certainty of a dragon that sleep will come, because that's your nature. That's what you do. That's as natural and effortless as a dragon rising into the air on invisible currents. Set your intention now. I will sleep. I will rest. I will surrender to this natural process, and then let it go. Let the intention work without your conscious effort. Let yourself rise into sleep the way the dragon rises into the air, effortlessly, naturally, because it's simply what you do. The Japanese dragon is a guardian of treasures, but often the treasure it guards is not gold or jewels. It's something more valuable. Wisdom, peace. The sacred items of temples and shrines. The dragon protects what truly matters, what has genuine value beyond material worth. What treasure do you guard? Perhaps it's your peace of mind, your sense of self, your relationships, your health. These are true treasures, worth more than any gold. And right now, you're guarding the treasure of rest. You're protecting this time, this space, this opportunity to sleep and restore and renew. The dragon approves. The dragon understands. The dragon is helping you guard this treasure, ensuring nothing disturbs it, nothing diminishes it, nothing takes it away. In some Japanese legends, dragons can control not just water, but also clouds and mist. They can create fog that obscures vision, that creates a sense of mystery and otherworldliness, that transforms the familiar into something strange and dreamlike. You're entering this mist now. The edges of things are becoming less distinct. The boundary between waking and sleeping is becoming unclear. Are you awake or asleep? Conscious or unconscious? Neither or both? The mist makes these distinctions irrelevant. There's only the soft, obscure piece of existing in the in-between, in the dragon's mist, in the place where transformation happens. Let yourself become indistinct. Let your sense of self blur. Let the sharp edges of your identity soften into the mist. Here, in the dragon's cloud, you don't need to be anyone specific. You don't need to maintain any particular form or identity. You can simply be presence, simply be awareness, simply be the space in which experience happens. The dragon moves through this mist with perfect confidence. It doesn't need to see clearly to know where it's going. It has other senses, deeper senses, senses that work in fog and darkness and the obscure places where sight fails. You have these deeper senses too. Your body knows how to sleep even when your conscious mind is confused. Your unconscious knows the way even when your thoughts are lost in fog. Trust these deeper senses. Trust the dragon wisdom within you. Trust that you'll find your way to sleep even through the mist, even without seeing the path clearly. The Japanese dragon is patient beyond measure. It can wait in its underwater palace for centuries without boredom or frustration. It simply exists, peaceful and content, knowing that all things happen in their own time, that rushing serves no purpose, that patience is the highest wisdom. Be patient with yourself tonight. Don't rush toward sleep. Don't feel frustrated if it doesn't come immediately. The dragon waited centuries. You can wait minutes or hours if needed. And in the waiting, if you're patient like the dragon, you'll find a kind of rest, even in wakefulness. A peaceful presence. A contentment with simply being here, simply breathing, simply existing. This is almost as good as sleep. And sometimes when you stop chasing sleep and simply rest in patient presence, sleep arrives on its own, drawn to your stillness like a dragon drawn to a peaceful heart. Let's travel now to Europe, to the medieval world where dragons took on a different character. Here, dragons were often portrayed as fearsome, but let's look past the surface to find the peaceful dragon, the misunderstood dragon, the dragon that simply wants to rest in its cave and be left alone. The European dragon is often depicted with a massive hoard of treasure, gold coins, jeweled crowns, ancient artifacts. The dragon lies on this treasure, surrounded by wealth beyond measure, but not using it. Just resting on it, possessing it, finding comfort in its presence. There's something almost humorous about this image. What does a dragon need with gold? It can't spend it, can't eat it, can't do anything with it except look at it and lie on it. But perhaps that's the point. Perhaps the treasure isn't valuable for what it can do, but simply for what it is. Beautiful, rare, precious. The dragon appreciates beauty for its own sake, collects precious things not to use but simply to contemplate, to rest among, to surround itself with objects that please its ancient eyes. You have your own treasures surrounding you right now. Maybe not gold or jewels, but precious things nonetheless. Comfortable pillows, soft blankets, the safety of your home, the peace of this moment. These are treasures worth more than a dragon's hoard. And like the dragon, you can rest among them, appreciating them, taking comfort in their presence, letting them contribute to the richness of this moment. The European dragon's cave is always described as deep and dark and hidden, not easy to reach. Protected by the dragon's presence, secure, safe, impregnable, this cave is the ultimate sanctuary. Once you're inside, nothing can reach you. Nothing can threaten you. You're protected by stone and darkness and the dragon's watchful presence. Your bed is your cave tonight. Deep, safe, protected. You're in the heart of the mountain, surrounded by stone, hidden from the world. The entrance is far away. The outside can't reach you here. You're safe, in the deepest place, the most secure place, the place where the dragon rests. In medieval legends, dragons sleep for incredibly long periods, sometimes for centuries. They curl around their treasure, close their great eyes, and simply stop. Stop moving. Stop eating. Stop doing anything except breathing, so slowly that you'd have to watch for hours to see their chest rise and fall. This is hibernation taken to its extreme. This is rest so deep that it's almost indistinguishable from death, except for that slow, steady breathing that continues century after century, proof that the dragon still lives, still exists, simply in a state of rest so profound that nothing disturbs it. You're not going to sleep for centuries, but you can learn from the dragon's depth of rest. Can learn to rest so deeply that the outside world becomes irrelevant. Can learn to sink so far into sleep that hours pass like minutes, that the whole night goes by in what feels like a moment, that you wake feeling like no time has passed at all, because you were so deep that time lost its meaning. The dragon's breath is legendary. In the stories, it's fire, destructive and dangerous. But there's another version of the dragon's breath, the gentle warmth of a sleeping dragon, the heat that radiates from its body, keeping its cave warm even in the coldest winter. This is not destroying fire. This is life-giving warmth, comfort, the heat that makes rest possible. You have this warmth too. Your body temperature, the heat you generate simply by being alive. And right now, that heat is making your bed warm and comfortable. You're creating your own microclimate, your own warm cave, your own perfect temperature for rest. The dragon knows how to regulate its heat, how to keep itself perfectly comfortable. And your body knows this too. As you sleep, your temperature will drop slightly naturally as part of the sleep process. Your body will manage this automatically. You don't need to think about it or control it. Your inner dragon knows what to do. European dragons are often depicted as solitary. They don't live in groups or seek company. They're content alone, in their caves, with their treasure and their thoughts and their centuries of memory. There's peace in solitude, in not needing anyone or anything external to feel complete, in being sufficient unto yourself. Tonight, even if there are others in your home, even if you share your bed, there's a quality of essential solitude in sleep. You sleep alone. You dream alone. You rest in a place no one else can reach, a private realm that's yours and yours alone. The dragon understands this solitude, embraces it, finds peace in it, and you can too. In some legends, the European dragon is not a creature of mindless greed, but of profound intelligence. It collects treasure because it appreciates beauty and rarity. It guards its hoard not out of selfishness, but out of a sense of stewardship. The dragon sees itself as the keeper of precious things, protecting them from those who would use them carelessly or destroy them in ignorance. This is a noble purpose, to protect, to preserve, to guard what's valuable. You're doing this with your rest. You're protecting it. You're preserving this time for sleep. You're guarding it against intrusion from worries or tasks or anything that would disturb it. Like the dragon, you're a guardian of something precious. And like the dragon, you can rest easy, knowing that what you guard is safe, that your vigilance is enough, that you can relax without the treasure being at risk. The medieval dragon scales are described as impenetrable armor. Nothing can pierce them. No sword, no arrow, no weapon of any kind. The dragon is invulnerable, protected completely by its natural armor. You have your own armor right now. The boundaries you set, the no you say to anything that would disturb your rest, the protection of your home, your locked doors, your safe space. You're armored against intrusion. You're safe. You're protected. And in that protection, you can let down your internal guards. You can relax your vigilance. You can stop defending and simply rest, knowing your external armor is enough, that nothing can reach you here. Let's journey one more time to a place where dragons are neither Eastern nor Western, but something else entirely. Let's visit the dragons of indigenous American traditions, the serpent beings who combine characteristics of snakes and birds and fish and mystery. Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent of Mesoamerican tradition, is perhaps the most famous of these dragons. Part snake, part bird, adorned with brilliant feathers associated with wind and wisdom and the morning star. Quetzalcoatl is a creator god, a bringer of knowledge, a teacher of arts and agriculture, but also a being who understood the importance of cycles, of death and rebirth, of endings that lead to new beginnings. The feathered serpent teaches that transformation is natural, that shedding your old skin is necessary for growth, that what looks like death is often just preparation for renewal. You're shedding your old skin right now, the skin of the day, the identity you wore while awake, the roles you played, the tasks you completed, the person you were. You're leaving all of that behind, molting it away, preparing to emerge renewed in the morning. This is what sleep is, a small death that leads to rebirth, a transformation that happens every night, a cycle as natural as the seasons, as reliable as the sunrise, as essential as breathing. The feathered serpent flew through both air and water, moved across land, encompassed all realms. It was not limited to one element or one domain. It moved freely through all worlds, teaching that boundaries are flexible, that transformation is always possible, that you're not locked into any one way of being. In sleep, you'll move through different realms too, from waking consciousness through the threshold of drowsiness into light sleep, and then deeper through different stages, different depths, different qualities of rest. You'll move like the feathered serpent, freely, fluidly, through all the realms of consciousness and unconsciousness, not bound to any one state, not stuck anywhere, just flowing naturally through the full cycle of sleep. The Pueblo peoples of North America have traditions of horned water serpents, powerful beings who live in springs and rivers, who control water and rain, who must be treated with respect, but who are generally benevolent to those who honor them. These water serpents are dragons in all but name, and like all dragons, they understand the importance of the deep places, of going beneath the surface, of the power that lives in darkness and depth and the hidden places underground. Sleep is your deep place, your underground river, the place you go to access power and renewal and the hidden resources that aren't available in the bright, shallow world of waking. The serpent guides you to these depths. The dragon shows you the way. And all you need to do is follow, trusting that the deep places are safe, that darkness is restful, that going under is not drowning but diving, not losing yourself but finding yourself in a truer, deeper way. In many indigenous traditions, the serpent is associated with healing, serpent medicine, the power to shed what's old and harmful, the ability to renew yourself completely, the wisdom to know when it's time to transform. You're receiving serpent medicine tonight, the medicine of release, the medicine of renewal, the medicine of transformation. As you sleep, you'll shed the day's stress. You'll release accumulated tension. You'll let go of what no longer serves you. And in the morning, you'll emerge renewed, like a serpent in new skin, bright and fresh and ready for whatever comes. The rainbow serpent of Australian Aboriginal tradition is another dragon-like being. It created rivers and valleys as it moved across the land. It brought water to dry places. It made life possible. And it's associated with the rainbow, that bridge between earth and sky, that symbol of hope and promise and the end of storms. The rainbow serpent reminds us that after every difficulty comes ease. After every storm comes calm. After every period of wakefulness comes sleep. The cycle is reliable. The pattern holds. The rainbow always appears after the rain. You can trust this. You can trust that sleep will come, that rest will arrive, that the storm of the day will give way to the calm of the night as reliably as the rainbow follows rain, as certainly as night follows day. All the dragons we visited tonight, from all traditions and all lands, share certain qualities. Patience. They've lived for centuries or millennia. They know that everything happens in its own time. Wisdom. They've seen civilizations rise and fall. They understand what truly matters and what's merely temporary. Power that's restrained. They could destroy, but they choose to protect. They could dominate, but they choose to guard. Peace in solitude. They're content in their own company. They don't need external validation or constant stimulation. They're sufficient unto themselves. And appreciation for treasure. Not the grabbing greed of never enough, but the peaceful possession of enough. The contentment of being surrounded by what's valuable and simply resting there, appreciating it, not needing more. These dragon qualities are available to you, not metaphorically. Actually, you can be patient with yourself, with your sleep, with your journey toward rest. You can access the wisdom that's deeper than your thinking mind, the wisdom of your body that knows how to sleep without being taught. You can restrain your own power, the power to stay awake, the power to think and plan and worry, choosing instead to let that power rest unused for the night. You can be peaceful in your solitude, content in your own company, not needing anything external to feel complete. And you can appreciate the treasure of this moment, this bed, this safety, this opportunity to rest, feeling genuinely grateful for what you have, rather than focusing on what you lack. The dragons are gathering now, all of them, from all traditions, from all corners of the world, and all periods of history. The Chinese dragon with its serpentine grace, the Japanese dragon from its underwater palace, the European dragon from its mountain cave, the feathered serpent with its rainbow promise, the horned water serpent from its deep spring. They're all here, surrounding your resting place, creating a circle of protection, a boundary of ancient power that nothing can cross, nothing can penetrate, nothing can disturb. You're in the center of the dragon circle, the safest place in all the worlds, the most protected, the most blessed. The dragons are breathing slowly, all of them in perfect synchrony, and their breath is creating a rhythm, a pulse, a gentle rocking motion, like being in a boat on calm water, like being in a cradle, like being held by something vast and patient and infinitely caring. Match your breathing to the dragon's breathing. Slow, deep, steady, in and out, in and out, like a wave, like a heartbeat, like the most ancient rhythm in existence. The dragons are showing you how to breathe in sleep, how to let your breath become so slow and deep that it barely seems like breathing at all, how to let it fade into the background, automatic and effortless, requiring no attention or effort, just happening, just being breathed by life itself. The dragons are closing their eyes now, all of them, in perfect unison. Their great heads are lowering to rest on their coils, their hoards, their treasure. Their breathing is slowing even further. They're entering their deep rest, their centuries-long sleep, their profound hibernation. And you're invited to join them, to rest as deeply as they rest, to sleep as profoundly as they sleep, to surrender as completely as they surrender to the darkness and the silence and the deep peace of the dragon's sleep. The last dragon to close its eyes is looking at you, and in that ancient gaze you see recognition. You are a dragon too, not literally, but essentially. You have the same need for rest, the same wisdom about when to be active and when to be still, the same understanding that treasure is not gold, but peace, not wealth, but rest, not power, but the strength that comes from being deeply restored. The dragon nods slowly, acknowledging you as kin, as family, as fellow guardian of precious things. And then its eyes close, and there's only darkness, only silence, only the soft sound of dragon breath, steady and slow and peaceful beyond measure. You're breathing with them. Your breath has synchronized completely. You're part of the circle, part of the protection, part of the deep rest. You're a dragon now, coiled around your treasure, surrounded by safety, sinking into sleep that will last through the night, through the darkness, through all the hours until dawn, when you'll wake, renewed and restored, ready to unfold your wings and rise into a new day. But that's tomorrow. Tonight, you're a sleeping dragon. Tonight, you're at rest in your cave, in your palace, in your deep place. Tonight, you're surrendering to the ancient pattern, the dragon's rest, the sleep that restores not just the body, but the spirit, not just the mind, but the soul. Sleep now, dragon. Sleep deep, sleep well. Your treasure is safe, your cave is secure, your circle is protected. Nothing can harm you, nothing can disturb you. You're held by all the dragons who have ever slept. You're part of the eternal pattern, your home. And here, in the dragon's realm, in the deep place, in the safe darkness, there is only rest, only peace, only the profound, complete, absolute sleep of dragons. Good night.